Luis Alfredo Garavito Cubillos, born on January 25, 1957, in Genova, Quindío, Colombia, is considered one of the most prolific serial killers in history. His heinous crimes shocked the nation and the world, revealing the depths of human depravity. Over the course of approximately 5 years, Garavito abducted, sexually assaulted, tortured, and murdered an estimated 138 to 300 young boys, primarily from impoverished backgrounds. His story is a grim reminder of the darkest facets of human nature and the societal failures that can enable such atrocities. Luis Garavito's childhood was marked by hardship and instability. Growing up in a small town, he faced economic difficulties and a turbulent family environment. His father was reportedly absent, and his mother struggled to provide for him and his siblings. As a child, Garavito exhibited signs of behavioral problems, including cruelty towards animals and difficulty forming emotional connections. These early signs of psychopathic tendencies went unnoticed or were dismissed that he later moved to Bogotá in search of work, where his life took a darker turn. His troubled upbringing, coupled with possible early exposure to violence and abuse, may have contributed to his developing psychopathic tendencies. However, it is crucial to note that many people with difficult childhoods do not become violent criminals, emphasizing that multiple factors contribute to such extreme behavior. Garavito's crimes spanned from the early 1990s to 1999, primarily targeting vulnerable boys aged between 6 and 16. Many of his victims were from impoverished neighborhoods, street children, or runaways. His modus operandi involved luring boys with promises of money, food, or shelter. Once he gained their trust, Garavito would abduct the children and take them to secluded areas, where he subjected them to sexual assault, torture, and ultimately murder. His methods were particularly brutal. He often inflicted severe injuries, sometimes dismembering his victims or leaving them in remote locations to be discovered later. His crimes often involved sadistic rituals, and he showed a fascination with inflicting pain. He kept some of the remains as trophies or mementos, further exemplifying his pathological obsession with domination and violence. Garavito's downfall came in 1999 when a young boy managed to escape after being kidnapped. The boy led authorities back to Garavito, who was arrested and initially denied guilt. Under interrogation, Garavito eventually confessed to the murders, providing detailed descriptions of his crimes and modus operandi. His confession was one of the most extensive in criminal history, revealing the horrifying extent of his actions. During his trial, Garavito was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder and psychopathy, but he was deemed legally sane to stand trial. Luis Garavito was convicted of killing 138 boys, but investigators believe the actual number of victims could be much higher. His trial drew widespread media attention, and he was sentenced to 22 years in prison, the maximum sentence under Colombian law at the time. However, due to legal provisions, he served only a fraction of this sentence and was released on parole in 2009, sparking outrage and horror across Colombia. Garavito's crimes exposed significant flaws in Colombia's criminal justice system and highlighted the vulnerabilities of street children and impoverished youth. His case prompted calls for better social services, child protection laws, and more effective law enforcement. The psychological profile of Garavito has been studied extensively by criminologists and psychologists. His case raises questions about the nature of evil, the influence of childhood trauma, and the importance of early intervention in preventing such atrocities. After his release, Garavito's whereabouts remain largely unknown to the public, and he is considered a dangerous individual who could potentially re-offend. His case continues to serve as a grim reminder of the importance of child protection and mental health awareness. His story has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and debates about criminal justice and societal responsibility. The victims' families continue to mourn their loss, and Colombia remains haunted by the memory of his crimes. Luis Garavito's story is one of unimaginable cruelty and tragedy. It underscores the importance of societal vigilance, mental health treatment, and child protection efforts. While his crimes are among the most heinous in history, they also serve as a catalyst for ongoing discussions about preventing such horrors in the future.